For a while I've asked myself the same question over and over again. Can levels be created in a faster time than 5 months staring at a blank background trying to figure out what the f*** you can make? Before we can answer this question, we need to know what the wrong way to do it is. And for this example, we look at Latin Player 10, who has managed to create over 20 levels in a very short period of time. However, this guy has made a very big problem. Very lame levels. No offense to Latin Player, but seriously, this could be made by a monkey hitting a Play-Doh street controller with a hammer. So that actually narrows the question down to, can good levels be created in a short amount of time? The immediate answer is maybe. Short amount of time can vary from 2 weeks to about 2 months, so this question can mean anything. So in order to be more clear, we have to narrow the question down even further to be more specific. For that, we look at Big Surf 77, who has managed to create so many levels that can be pumped out every 1 to 2 months. People do say that the reason that this happens is because of his creativity level, but that's not the entire reason. The entire reason could be anything else, but creativity is definitely one of them. The reason I say this is because creativity, you can't depend on it solely. So we're going to have a more broader statement than that. And that's why I've come up with the step-by-step pattern for which you should follow when you're making your level. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing to do is draw out your level. Now typically this could mean go into create mode and start making the level. But this is the complete opposite. Take your time, you'll figure it out. Some studies have shown that the fastest way to figure out the level is to pull out a piece of paper and start drawing it out. It is very easy to make a bad level without planning. However, if you actually plan the level out, then it is very easy to create a good level, if not a great level. Now, who came up with this idea in the first place, you may ask? Architects. Architects are the guys who design the buildings that are built in your cities, and your homes are also built by architects. They are the reason why trigonometry in school is needed. Those bastards. The basic job description of an architect is to design buildings to be built in the city. The same thing works with building levels. You need a foundation to start up on, and designing the level before creation is the smartest thing to do. The next thing to do is actually to go into create mode and start working on the level. But not too much. I'll admit, it's very difficult to plan out the visuals. The most one can do is tell themselves what the theme of the level is and work on from there. So what I would recommend is starting off the build by building the whole thing, but made out of the basic materials, so that you can get an idea on what you want the visuals to be, where you want a dynamic background piece to be, and what materials go in certain places. This method of building has no name, but I call it. Now while in create mode, drop down to where you'll spawn, and just play through the level as if you're in play mode. To make sure you have a notepad or Word document right next to you to jot down what needs to be fixed and what can go where. The whole point of this is to familiarize yourself with your level so that you can find mistakes and fix them, or take them out entirely depending on how severe that problem is. This will also help you decide what visuals you could put in and where they go, which transitions itself to the third step. Now we are going to change materials to match the scene. This isn't too complicated, but if you think about it, working with the visuals can be a very complicated thing to work with. What I like to do is take one motive, something like this, and start playing around with the material change tool. Once I find the right materials for each part, then I go to this spreadsheet and put in what materials I use for each section and go on from there. It's kind of bland in my friend's opinion, but that just may be because he just wants to mess with my head. Moving right along. Once I find the right materials, and after I enter them into the spreadsheet, then I go through the rest of the level and carefully start to change the materials. Actually, scratch that. I go f***ing crazy at this point. Now we move on to the stickers and decorations. In this stage, it's best to be smart with placing stickers and decorations. If you've noticed in the story levels and the DLC levels, stickers and decorations aren't just random. They're there for a visual reason. So, if you're going to place down a sticker or decoration, make sure they serve some sort of purpose for its place. If it doesn't, don't use it! So don't understand? Alright. I'll give you some examples from 6 different actual levels. The names of the creators and levels are there in case you want to play them. Don't worry, the levels are fun, but the stickers and decorations in the bad examples are non-existent. Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Good vs. Bad. Today's episode, stickers and decorations. Ready? Let's get into it. Bad example. Good example. Bad example. Sorry, cry. Good example. Bad example. Good example. This is brought to you by everyone on LittleBigPlanet who actually gives a shit about stickers and decorations. It's time for us to work on the lighting for the level. This is the most visual part of the level that helps the level stand out. Even the smallest amount of lighting can help the level look so pretty. Yes, it's so pretty. And what I am actually talking about are these. These you can actually pick up from the story mode, but they really do add a punch when it actually is lighting from the level. So, when you place one in, make sure that the lighting and the fogginess is so low that it's not noticeable, but does add a really nice amount of light to make the level look a hell of a lot more realistic. This is also the best time to be working with the background lighting. Mess around with it until you know that it's just right. Make sure it actually fits the theme and will actually make the level stand out a lot more than the other ones. As for sounds, you guys should be fine to work on that from the second step on. As long as you guys know the theme of the level, you guys should do just fine. And that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Be sure to give it a... Oh, wait. Forgot about that part. The next part that needs to be looked at in the level is actually not in the level. It's when it's being published. And that's just the basics of what the players look at when they enter the level, which is basically the title, the icon, the description, and the tags. When working on this part, it's best that you follow these steps to know what the players look for and what can make your level look really good instead of... yeah. To start off, the title has to either be short and sweet, or kind of long but still short and powerful. Next is the level icon. This one isn't too hard to figure out, it just has to be an interesting picture to give the players an idea on what they're going to expect in level. When doing this, please don't use the stickers that you collect as an icon. It only makes you look lazy and the players won't want to play your levels. Seriously, don't do it. Bad things happen to good creators. The next thing that you'll want to worry about are tags. The tags aren't that hard to work with, but you need to make sure that they have at least something to do with the level. So don't place a tag like Brain Crane if throughout the entire level it's not used. And finally, the description. This is the hardest one to work with because many people are specific while others just don't care. What I do is I create a short description of the level that goes to about 2 to 5 lines, and then a line that leads to the number of players specified, another line, and normally I place the names of people who helped or allowed the music to be featured, or just mention a short update about the level. Long story short, keep the description kind of short, but not too short where it's just a couple of lines, but not a fucking paragraph. Yeah. People actually do that. Once you have all that, you are all set to post your level. And that's it. Now, you just let the community leave their criticism as to what problems they find or what they liked about the level, and so on. But that's all there is to mention, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then don't forget to leave a like, and if you want to see more from me, don't forget to subscribe and stay updated on the content for this channel. Once again, guys, thanks for watching, and be sure to check out one of the other 2 videos on screen if you haven't seen them yet, and I'll see you guys in the next video.